Alright, it is
Oh
recording.
my god, did I get somebody to leave? I'm so sorry.
Wait, who left?
Nick.
Oh. Alright. Well, I mean, that makes sense. I think there's something going on that Nick wanted to take care of. And it's also
Okay.
fine because this is the middle of the route and I don't want to spoil things for him, so.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho's a fudge.
No.
And we're back with Saturday.
Hello. Hi, Saturday. Don't steal my freaking oatmeal, okay?
Oh, this
Too
is you,
late.
Hannah.
Alright. Is this a particular character that I have voiced? Or...
Yes, it is. I'm going to send it to you as a text, Hannah, so that way everyone else can take a guess. I do have to tell you, though, okay? So let me get your number up. I want it just to be to Hannah, because I don't want DJ to get spoiled.
Yep, no, I'm cool. I'm looking away.
This is who you are voicing right now, Hannah.
Ah, okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Okie dokie. I stand up above the turnbuckle, holding my arm high above my head, and flicking a strong tail behind me.
Oh, this guy.
I hear a lot of boos in the crowd, but that's how it's supposed to be. I'm a bad guy, or Ruda, as they call him here. I'm not actually a bad guy for real, though. Just an act. Flashing of cameras is a little distracting, but nothing I can't handle. I'm good at keeping cool. I reach up, making sure my mask is secure, and even my muzzle is covered. Can't risk my identity being, especially in a match against Tigre Santos. He's one of the technicos, the good guys, a real goody tissue. I don't trust him. He's too good. I don't trust people that are too good. They're always hiding something. The announcer shouts in foreign language that I don't understand, and I growl, flexing my giant muscles toward nobody. Tigre has been staring at me across the ring this whole time. No showboating, though. That's not in his character. At like 7.5 feet tall, I'm totally bigger. He's only 5'6", so I could basically eat him for breakfast. The crowds always cheer for the smaller guy, though. I don't. Small guys can be just as bad as big guys. Maybe even worse. I look to the crowd. There's like a couple thousand people here, which is a lot. Sometimes I wish I could just tell them all the truth. The bell rings. It's time.
Harry!
Hey!
Dad yells from the kitchen. I flinch, and it feels like my stomach is suddenly hot. Not now, please. Dad walks in. He's wearing all camouflage with an undersized scout cap. Seems to ease his head.
What are you doing?
I look down at my feet and pick some of the fibers of the rug. I don't respond. I hear him step in front of me. The crowd chanting on the TV catches his stop.
You know you can't be watching this. And you also know what today is. You're still in your pajamas. Watching this.
Dad looks at a noise I really can't describe. I look up and pointing at the TV. He stands there, watching for a moment.
What is he doing to that other man?
A reverse suplex?
And this is fun? For you? You enjoy watching this?
I don't know. It was just on. I lie. Dad looks down at me. Can't tell whether he believes me or not.
When I say something, you need to listen. Last night, I told you to be dressed in the clothes I gave you and to be ready by 5. It is over 15 past 5, and you're not even dressed.
I'm sorry, okay? Dad sighs, stepping out of the room. His footsteps are heavy, like doesn't care that Mom and brothers are still trying to... Next thing I know, he's back in the living room. He tosses another camouflage outfit to my lap, sets a rifle on the couch.
When your mother and I talked about sending you up north to your uncle, we were not joking.
Dad! He points again at the TV.
And there's certainly no television up there. No violent video games, and no adults that tolerate this sort of behavior.
I ball my paws up in a fist, pushing them in my stomach. Don't say anything. Anytime you say anything, it's it worse. Dad looks at my paws, then lets out a strained, amused-sounding grunt.
What? Are you gonna hit me? Do you want to punch me now? Is that what you're learning?
Again, he's pointing at the TV. Eyeballs are bulging, and his mouth is wide open. The way his hat tugs at his head makes him look different, crunching his features. I don't know why he's wearing it. Looks uncomfortable.
I'm so sick of your behavior. We are all sick of your behavior.
I feel my breathing start to get shaky. Don't cry. Don't give him the satisfaction.
Are you sick?
He just keeps staring at me. That same expression on his face. I drop Tigre's torso down on my knee. A backbreaker. The crowd roars. I'm grinning beneath my mask, playing up the part, all the jeering and the hatred. They may love to hate me, but that's still love. Tigre had been getting a lot of good blows in those, actual blows. His stiff arms like nobody's business. He stiff arms like nobody's business. I'm a little bloody, but that's okay. I'm tough.
Hannah, could you get a little closer to your mic?
Okay. I'm a little bloody, but that's okay. I'm tough.
Okay, that's a lot better.
That's my thing. I'm tough. I'm really tough. But so is Tigre. He's small, and so he's got a lot of finesse, and can dodge a lot of my stuff. I climb over the top rope and onto the floor mat below. They always keep a few goodies beneath the ring for people like me. Pulling the flap up, I find a pile of long wooden staves. These could cause some pain. I yell out to the crowd, and they boo in response. They're really, really mad. Tigre is still groaning, prone on his belly. As I approach, he mutters something in his native tongue that sounds like a bunch of cuss words. Not so good after all, I guess. Time to get revenge for all those stiff hits from her. With a mighty heave, I bring the staff down on Tigre's back. He practically bounces, and a lady fan of Tigre in the crowd screams. Realizing how hard I'm hitting now, he quickly scrambles up to his knees. Though, I just hit him right back down. That's what you get. His shoulder twitches, and he quickly clutches it with his free hand, rolling onto his stomach. More curses. I hit him again, this time in the soft of his stomach. There's no referee to help him now. I hear him gasp, holding up his paw in front of him, trying to protect himself. This time, I hit him in the crotch. Not that there's much to hit. He has because he's so small.
I'll squeak that for you later.
Okay. Mine are huge, of course.
You enjoyed saying that way too much, Hannah.
Sorry.
No apologies, Hannah. Make your husband be intimidated.
I am not intimidated.
I have to wear like a super big cup so that things don't flop around. I drop down on top of him, grabbing him by the scruff of his spandex leotard. He whimpers beneath me, his black and orange tail coiled inward between his legs. I lower my voice, speaking deep, raspy. Don't stiff-arm me again like that, else, Tigre Stantos. I think he quivers out and... I won't! He's probably so humiliated now. His eyes are like saucers, looking at me and waiting to see what I do next. Like, completely at my mercy. Everything. I bet he'd be really humiliated if I, unmasked him. And then, I'll pull him up and hug him in front of everybody. He'd be so ashamed. I'd show them that I'm the real good guy. Maybe he'd like that and feel better. That's fine too. I place my thumbs beneath the bottom of his mask and pull up. Dad's gunshot rings out so loud, it seems to shake the leaves off the trees nearby. Some kind of bird falls from the sky. I think it's a dove because it's all white and stuff. Or, at least, it was white. I actually saw pink mist when the bird shot hit it, like in the movies. The rest of the flock keeps flying, as if nothing had happened. Dad looks over his shoulder toward me, his breathing heavy. I can see little wisps of fogs when he exhales. That cold. Takes him a while to actually speak.
You see that?
Yeah? He smiles tightly.
I got him.
You did!
I'm gonna go grab the carcass. You stay put, alright?
Okay. Dad turns back, drawing across the dewy grass toward the bird fell. I adjust myself some and lean against the nearby tree. I wish I was home. My friends are still probably sleeping in, enjoying their warm, heated houses and all that. I can't focus here. It sucks. But Dad really wanted to go bird hunting. I asked him yesterday why he couldn't just do it alone. And he and Mom just got really mad. I don't even know what sets them off anymore. It could just be the littlest thing, and suddenly everything's all shitty. My rifle is kind of neat, I guess. It's a .22. I played a zombie shooting game at Chase's place that had the exact same kind in it. It's really, really loud, though. Dad made me wear these big ear protectors, but it's still super intense. I swivel it around my arms before bringing the butt up to my shoulder and looking down at the sights. I pretend the bush I'm aiming at is a zombie. I could survive in a zombie apocalypse pretty well, probably. There wouldn't be many zombies in Echo, and nearly everyone in town has guns. I just go to Carl's house. It's already like a fortress, and he has tons of food and games. We'd be set. I hear Dad's footsteps and quickly lower the rifle.
That's right. Keep that down.
He holds up a pretty messed up looking bird. Its neck is half missing, and blood still drips from the hole there.
You've never eaten dove, have you?
No?
It's like chicken, but stringier.
I raise an eyebrow. Like string cheese, but chicken.
Not exactly, but... well, you'll just have to try it.
Okay.
Now, let's see if you can shoot something.
Dad steps behind me, placing his paws on my arms and straightening my posture.
Now remember what I told you. Always fire on the exhale. Don't flinch at the kick, either. The gun won't smack you if you've got a good grip on it. And your eye isn't touching the sight either.
I'm not afraid to shoot a gun like TJ or Carl probably would be. Just a little nervous about the recoil. That's all. Suddenly, Dad grabs my shoulders.
Look, look, look.
He points toward the sky, directly above us. A bunch of birds in V-shaped formation are overhead.
Those are ducks. Duck is great. You've had duck before and loved it. Now you can get your own duck. Hurry, get sighted.
I scramble to get the gun aimed up, and my eye lined up at the sight.
Come on.
I'm trying! The ducks are already getting pretty far ahead. I can't seem to get lined up right.
Give it to him.
No,
no. Give it to me.
No, I've got it. Next thing I know, Dad's wrenching the butt from my shoulder and bringing the rifle up to his. It only takes him a few seconds to get ready before firing. Just like before, a bird falls from the flock, plummeting to the ground past a clearing of trees. This time, the flock breaks up, scattering. Dad turns, pushing the length of the rifle against my chest.
Take your gun.
I clutch onto it with both hands, and Dad starts making his way forward. I follow.
Why didn't you fire?
I was going to. The aiming thing, the sight, it wasn't lining up with my eye. I needed to get it lined up right or else I was going to miss.
Son.
And then you just yanked it away.
You are not listening to what I was telling you. Just like when I was saying this morning.
Dad's voice raises.
You can't just do anything you're told like you can't you just can't do anything like you're told, can you?
My fingers grip my rifle tighter, and it's like everything goes red. I can! You're being an asshole! I yell so loud my voice cracks. Dad turns, slapping me so hard it makes my ears ring more than the gunshots do. My face burns, and I growl into the inside of my jacket. A lump forms in my throat that I try to swallow down. I'm tough. I'm okay.
Who taught you to speak like that?
Nobody.
Oh, no? I think I know who. It was Flynn, wasn't it? It isn't right for you to go hang around that boy like that.
What do you even mean?
All the kids around Echo, and you cling to that teenage, pouty-mouthed gay boy. And now look what happened.
He shakes his head, eyes wide again, like he can't believe what he's seeing when he looks at me.
You defy your parents to sit around at 5 in the morning watching the men grope and hit each other.
I'm breathing so hard now. Feels like I'm hyperventilating. Fuck you! Wrestling's cool, and Flynn is awesome! Dad looks downright disgusted now. Like he's gonna be sick. The insides of his ears are bright pink with flush, too.
You are sick. When we get home, we're sending you up north to the ranch. I don't care if we have to pull you out of the school right now.
You mean the compound? Now he's clenching his fist, his tail arched and still behind him.
Your mother and I have prayed and prayed, but son...
Why don't you ever leave me alone? You're so fucking bad. You know that? Stupid asshole. Dad steps forward, fists raised. I bring my rifle up and aim at him. He stops.
You are sick.
I've never heard Dad speak with so much hate before. That being said, I've never been this angry before, either.
You're pointing a rifle at your own father. You're going to shoot me, huh?
I just don't want you to hit me! I yell so loud my voice shifts to a shrieking scream, the rifle shaking in my paws. Everything's all blurry, and I can feel my nose running.
You deserve to be hit.
The words make my stomach hurt for some reason. I throw down the rifle into the grass and face him. No, you do. You're so awful. I hate you so much. You won't leave me alone, you shit. All you do is threaten me, and threaten me, and threaten me. And Mom doesn't care. Nobody cares. My throat burns, and I swallow back a blubbering cry. Dad's shaking now. He doesn't even look like Dad anymore.
I don't know what in God's name Flynn has done to you.
You're just mad because you don't have any friends. You don't even have a job. You suck. You're so shitty. You're pathetic. I've hated you for so long. Nobody likes you. I run north, tripping over myself constantly as I can barely see where I'm going. Everything hurts. My insides are burning. Nothing will ever be the same again. I can hear him from behind me, panting, Curious, like a feral. I come through the clearing, then I hear him stop. When I turn around, he's not looking at me anymore. The duck that Dad shot landed squarely on the hood of an abandoned van. Dad looks at the duck, the van, me, then the sky itself. He sets the rifle down on the ground.
What?
Next thing I know, he crouches down to his haunches. He rubs at his forehead, his thumbs running along the brim of his too tight scout cap. It almost looks like it's sucking down on his scalp. I can practically see the veins bulge along his temple. He opens his mouth as if to speak, though no sound comes out. Dad's fingers grip at loose strands of grass around his feet, as if they were there to keep him tethered from floating away. I hate looking at him like this. What is he doing? He shuts his eyes. Well, more like he clenches them shut, like he got shampoo in them or something. Is he praying? Fucking stupid idiot. God's not real, you know?
Done.
He finally speaks, and he doesn't sound like himself. What? From the hood of the truck, little rivers of blood splay out from the duck's chest, dripping down the front of the grill. Its eyes are still open, even though it's dead. I always thought when something died, your eyes closed and your tongue sticks out. It looks like it's staring at me. Dad doesn't respond, but he finally looks up and sees what I'm seeing. He sucks in his chest as if he'd been struck. He shuts his eyes again. His whole body shakes for a moment, like he's having a spaz attack.
It's not the same van. It's not the same van.
He mutters, I don't want to watch this. I'm about to turn and walk away when I see something move in the back of the van. It's just for a split second, but I swear, I see a face through the dusty glass.
Done.
Dad repeats himself. Dad? Again, there's a flash of red, like something bouncing up. Dad, there's someone in the van. Dad says nothing. He won't even look now. There's someone in there. I know it. I wipe my eyes with my sleeve, clenching my fist and stepping closer to the rear window. I smear away the dust from the glass and press the tip of muzzle against the window. Nothing. What the hell? When I step back, Dad's up on his feet again. He doesn't look angry anymore. Just sad. Or empty, I guess. He picks up his rifle from the ground, holding it sort of limply with one paw. Without a word, he turns and heads back through the clearing from where we came. I stand there for a while, listening to his steps trail off. My gut feels like it's being twisted into a knot. Why didn't he say anything? He always says something. Any other time he opens his mouth, I practically flinch. So why do I feel like this now? He won't actually leave me out here, will he? I cross my arms over my chest, hugging myself. Minutes pass, and nothing happens. It's like I'm rooted in place, constantly wiping my eyes and nose. Just gotta be tough. I mean, I am tough. I just don't know what to do. What the hell am I supposed to do? I hate this. Why'd I have to say all that? Nothing will ever be the same again. Even if I get to go home, my parents will just ship me off to live with my uncle in the compound. You know what? Maybe that'll be fine. At least then my parents couldn't threaten me with that anymore. Maybe I'll even like making airplane parts. I don't need video games, TV, or my friends. And that'll be fine, because at least I won't be around them. Especially Dad. Still no footsteps. I would hear if he started up the truck from here, I think. I guess he hasn't left yet. Maybe I should start a fire or something. I could never get one going on my own in the past. But that's probably because I wasn't trying very hard. I look around and start gathering any twigs or dry grass I can find. Everything is still kind of damp, though. That shouldn't matter as long as I rub hard enough. Sorry, grab a quick drink.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you've had to go through a lot of lines.
Yeah.
Hannah's the new game creator now. And she has to use her not voice.
Maybe. Also, I think I've been hearing something rustling against your mic stand for some reason. I've been hearing kind of like something bump against it. I don't know what that is.
Her hands. Because she has to hold it.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
could you hold it for a bit?
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to have to go over to you guys' apartment and help you with setting that up to a place that might work better for you guys in the long run.
Well, it's partially because our air conditioner is so loud. It's a window unit.
Oh, yeah.
And where we're at,
Mm-hmm.
There's like we'd set the microphone kind of close, but my voice is just quiet enough that I think it doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't get picked up for where you normally have it. But what's weird is that also happens to DJ too, so I really should go over to your apartment at some point and see what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Because I know it worked at your old place. Either way.
okay. Flynn would probably make a joke about that. Or at least show me what the heck I'm supposed to do. Flynn is the outdoorsy one of our group who knows all this survival stuff by heart. Which is weird, because he's gay and all. He's like the least gay-acting gay guy ever. I remember once he told me that liking girls is too girly for him. I guess that makes sense. He's not like the kind you see in the movies or how my parents describe them. I sigh, sitting down and splaying out a little bit of dry grass and twigs into a single coarse stone in the middle. After that, I take two of the sturdiest looking sticks and begin to rub them together, like they do on TV. Heh. Here I am rubbing a bunch of squeak.
Small twigs. Rubbing a bunch of twigs.
And of course, nothing's happening. They're getting kinda warm, but they won't rub right. Not enough friction, I think. I grit my teeth, letting my heavy tail flop down in the soil behind me. I don't even care if it gets dirty now. The pads of my paws are starting to really hurt, so I bite the inside of my cheek. I look down at the pile of twigs, and I think I see a spark. I quicken the rubbing, only for the twig to slip and scrape along the edge of my paw. I cry out in pain as a thin line of blood appears in my fur. Ugh! I inhale sharply. This is so stupid. I hate this. I throw the sticks down and cover my face with my paws, sucking on the cut. What am I doing? God. What am I supposed to do? I rock myself back and forth slowly, remembering what the school counselor told me. Imagine these feelings as a physical thing that you can hold. Then, take deep breaths and begin to rip these feelings apart as if they were a piece of paper that you didn't want anymore. Finally, imagine a calm place, a happy place. Somewhere where you can be alone and at peace. I sniff, making little ripping motions and closing my eyes. I've won the fight. People in the crowd can't believe it. I look across the sea of faces. They all hate me. Well, maybe not all. I know there's one in this crowd who doesn't. I see him in the back, where he usually likes to be. Dad's still standing there, his eyes puffy. Dad, please.
Oh, Harry's muted.
Whoops, forgot I was muted. Whoop-de-doop-de-doop. You were right for once. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. You were
Harry,
right.
Harry, you know
you
what
were
scene
right.
this is. You might want to do it more seriously because you know what this scene is.
Yes, I know.
Oh God.
You were right for once.
I swallow back a blubbering a blubbering slop.
Sob.
Blubbering sob. I can't speak.
It's okay.
Wiping snot from my muzzle.
Alright, I'm just gonna fully admit, this is gonna get pretty dark pretty quick. Not
I
that
was
this
right.
wasn't dark already.
Hey,
You know,
there's
the
nothing-
child abuse.
There's nothing like a little child abuse in the oh my god, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Nothing like a little child abuse in the morning to cheer up the family.
Ah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Well, hey, you might not believe me, but clearly he does.
Been so long. I can't take this anymore. Stop it!
Things used to be different.
He inhales raggedly, tugging at the end of his facial scruff with one free paw.
I used to feel things in real time. Now it's all like a memory of a thing.
He continues to stare at the van.
Like this isn't happening. It happened, it will happen, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I feel his paw tug tighter on the rifle. No, please stop! I pull back on my end of it.
You know you can't stop me.
I love you, please stop it! He's not even crying anymore. He's just standing there, only turning to look at me whenever he puts the barrel of the gun closer to his chin. I wish I was stronger. I really, really wish.
Thought I could move away, forget it ever happened, move on, find redemption in the Lord. It's never that simple, is it?
I don't know what you're talking about. My voice is shrill and hoarse at this point. Sometimes I can't even speak. I want to call out for help, but there's no one around.
But Eliza had to move back here, and I loved her. So I had to grin and bear it, as they say.
He wets his lips.
I can't.
He rolls his eyes in a strange, exaggerated fashion.
Anytime I try to escape, being it physical-like or through some such other diversions, it all just keeps coming back to me. Just going in circles.
I begin sobbing on his pant leg, clinging to it as I pull as hard as I can on the gun. It's never enough. He won't let go. Let's just go home, okay? Please, let's go home. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dad says nothing. Something stirs from within the back of the van. Even with my vision blurred with tears, it's clearer than it was before. It's a face. Dad begins to move again, bringing the rifle end up to his chin. No! No, 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 please! I grab Dad's paw, trying to pull his fingers away from the trigger. I yank as hard as I can. No eyes.
And that's where we'll call it for this week.
Hey, did y'all see the face in the background? That was neat.
I
did
was
not.
wondering.
You did not? Play it again, Alan.
Sure.
Hit it in reverse.
Alright.
Look at the van.
Yeah, look
Okay.
in the van window.
Oh, yeah.
I could see a bit of red popping up. Yeah.
Alright. Well, like I
So it's
said,
not that direction I saw that going, to be honest.
well, I mean, here's the thing. Who was the narrator there?
Sydney.
Sydney,
Mhm.
I mean, obviously. Which is
And-
why that wasn't how I thought it was going. I honestly thought Sydney was going to shoot his dad.
I thought that it was highly unlikely that he would have. Still a kid.
So
Yeah,
that's
but, like-
interesting. So you were thinking that Chase's rumor about Sydney killing his dad was correct then? That's what
No,
you're
but
saying,
given
DJ.
that scene, I actually thought I thought that was the direction it was going to go. We didn't know enough about Sydney, right?
We were told,
But-
actually, back on TJ's route, that Sydney's dad died about 6 months prior to Sydney's death, and that
No,
it
no, no.
was,
I knew all that,
and it was during a hunting
and it
trip.
was a hunting accident.
It was claimed to be an accident.
Mm.
There was a lot
But
of things
some
the
people
adults
think-
were whispering about.
Yeah, the people thought it could have been Sydney. A lot of people thought it was Sydney, which I didn't buy. But in that scene, I thought that was where it was spinning towards. I'm like, okay, they're gonna take us here, and we're gonna see this scene happen. Oh my, Sydney! I thought Sydney was gonna like have to kill his dad in like self-defense or something, which is
Okay.
what they kind of kept like steering us towards. It was like because his dad was like abusing him, right? Like,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the other thing, though, that I'll point out. Did Sydney accidentally pull the trigger? Because remember, Sydney had the butt of the gun.
Yeah.
I mean, if he did that trigger was going anyway, right? Like that's the
Yeah,
thing.
we don't know for sure.
if he was the one who pulled the trigger, he was trying to stop his dad from pulling the trigger, not vice versa.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to just point this out because Harry will appreciate this little detail. Sydney mentions that he was more aggressive and more willing to say things that he didn't mean fully when he was confronting his dad there. Did you notice that, Harry?
I did.
Same here.
So yeah, I think that's part of our... that's another pin for our theory that we can discuss a little bit more once we get through this route.
Well, and I also do think... we were seeing that Sydney has a very... Okay, Sydney has a very unhealthy home life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Sydney seems to have a vaguely... Like, it's not completely abnormal, but kind of odd that he, like, fantasizes about about being the aggressor in a...
No,
Right, like, it's not uncommon for kids to, like, be like, woohoo, you know...
I'm curious
No,
what
I
you
mean
mean by this, DJ.
Like, wrestling, right? Like, that's not uncommon. Ooh, I like fighting or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't be... But Sydney takes it to, like, the level of
I would have caused them lots
enjoying the pain.
enjoying the pain or enjoying inflicting pain?
Both? No, that's what I'm saying. Enjoying pain. That's beyond normal, childish, like...
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I would
because
disagree as well.
You have to look at the situation he's in. He's in a situation where he is helpless to the aggression that is happening to him and the beatings that is happening to him. Normally speaking, when somebody's in that situation, actually, this is something that I found victims is, some victims actually have a hard time getting into relationship. I mean, granted, most victims have a hard time getting into relationships after they've had that unfortunate thing happen to them. However, some of them are because of the fact that they are too aggressive and controlling of the would-be partner. Because of the fact that when you had that taken away, when you had the control and you were humiliated and put through that terribleness, you desire to have that control back. You know, you are not in control of your body. I mean, you're not in control of, for example, with Sydney here, he's not in control of the beatings that he's getting. He's not in control of the reasons why. And he even says he doesn't even know what sets them off anymore. They just do it.
Yeah.
So him being the aggressor, it's his subconscious, I guess, in a way, saying, I want to be in control again. You know, I can never control when I get beat, so he fantasizes about controlling the beatings.
I would also point out that with the wrestling, he wasn't actually focused on there was a little bit of inflicting the pain, but he never wanted to cause serious permanent pain or damage. Because even at the end, he was saying that he wanted to unmask his opponent, which that's pretty bad for, like, the social ramifications, but I don't think he would understand that as much. Because he was saying maybe the guy that I'm doing this to would like this as well. And that'd be cool with him. Even if it turned out that the guy he was, like, unmasking and humiliating was alright. Sydney definitely wants to be an aggressor towards other people, but I wouldn't say he actually wants to inflict pain properly.
Well, and that brings us to, like, what makes that, like, we've only seen that through...
You're cutting in and out, DJ.
Really? Me?
Yeah, I told you.
So, that also brings into question, like, what happened with Sydney and TJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
As, you know, the theme is circles, right? It's like,
cycles and circles, but yeah.
Yeah, so he was being aggressive to him. His
I'm going to point out something to you about that, though.
Then does he become aggressive, or like...
Sydney didn't become that aggressive to TJ until after his dad died. Keep that in mind.
Well, yes. Never mind.
I know. Like, there is some details where he was not the nicest to TJ before then, but he never was that physically aggressive.
No, I'm pretty sure he was bullying TJ before this. However, he didn't actually start getting, like, super physical until afterwards.
Yes. That's what I was going to point out as well. Anyway, any last comments before we end this episode and start the next?
Um,
Alright, well then
No.
say goodbye.
that whole family is just conflicted.
Oh,
Except
yeah.
for one. There is one that will eternally be the bestest boy.
Of the Bronsons?
Yes.
Is that Todd?
Yes.
Todd. Okay, understandable, Todd.
Todd's the only
Todd
good
is-
Only
Bronson.
Todd
good
is
Bronson.
Todd is the shining golden globe at the center of this world of shit.
Also, I just realized, Harry, that I've made you voice multiple members of the Bronson family now.
As of now, I voice every Bronson that has existed.
You haven't
Except for
voiced Sydney
Sydney.
yet, yeah.
That's
You'll
fair.
get a chance to voice Sydney, maybe, potentially. We'll just have to wait for Hannah to be sick, or for other circumstances to happen.
Ow, my toe hurts.
Good job.
Alright, say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
I don't think I've ever